This is a 1977 Chevrolet El Camino Classic pickup truck with a 350 CID or cubic inch displacement engine. It is one of the best engines that Chevrolet ever made, and it's running very well right now. As you can hear, it's purring like a happy kitten. It's running very well and in good condition. Now we will check if the alternator is good by supplying the voltage to the ignition system and to the spark plug. If the engine stops working as soon as you disconnected the negative cable, that means the alternator is bad and it's not supplying the voltage.
And see if the alternator is working by removing the negative. See, the car is still running even if the battery is disconnected over here, and you can disconnect the negative cable. That means the alternator is working properly. And then we will put it back. And this is the way to check if your alternator is working, by disconnecting the negative cable while the engine is running. If the engine keeps running, that means your alternator is supplying the voltage to your ignition and the spark plugs. Keep the engine running by only the alternator supplying the voltage to keep it running. So this is now disconnected. Now we'll put it back. That's how you check if your alternator is good, by disconnecting the negative cable.
Now we'll check if the battery is keeping the charge supplied by the alternator. We will remove the negative cable and put a bolt that will fit in the terminal of the battery to check a direct voltage with a voltmeter. We attach the negative side of the voltmeter and we will connect the positive side of the voltmeter to the positive side of the battery. Remember now, the cable on the battery negative is disconnected. If it shows 12 volts, that means the alternator is charging your battery and is fully charged. But if it shows only 10 volts, that means the battery is not keeping the charges. That means the battery, one of the cells of the 6 cells in the battery, is no longer working, but it shows 12 volts right now. So both the alternator and the battery are still in good working condition. It's fully charged right now. The negative cable is disconnected. It's direct to the voltmeter. That's how you check your alternator and your battery, and you could find out if the battery is no good. It will show 10 volts or less when the negative cable is disconnected. So remember that. Less than 12 volts when the negative or the terminals are disconnected. If you don't have 12 volts, that means the battery is not keeping the charge. It's sulfated inside. It's a lot of gunk, and already the cells are probably disconnected and they're corroded inside. Finally, you can hear the sound of a good running engine. It's not missing, and it's in good working condition. Finally, I will share with you basic information of the engine 350 cubic inch displacement. To determine the right or left side of the engine, you have to sit down on the driver's side, and the right side of the engine is in line with the passenger seat, and the left side of the engine is aligned with the driver seat. So that's how you determine it. You sit down on the driver's side, and you could tell the left and right. So the right side of the engine, it shows right now 2468. Those are the cylinder from the front to the back, 2468. And some information I put in there for the ignition rotation is firing system is 184-36572. That's the firing order, and the distributor turns clockwise. The timing is 8 degrees before top dead center at 500 RPM. And those are the basic information that I am happy to share with all of you. Take care. And this is the right bank. It says 2468. And the firing order is 184-36572, and the left bank is 13577. So that's how you determine it. Now the engine is charging at about 13 volts, which is a good indication that everything is running properly. God bless.